Okay, everyone, looking forward to sharing my thoughts tonight with you on an incredible business opportunity that's really been in surface for the last 2 months. August 1st is when we actually launched kind of what we would call a getting ready month. Many of you that got started enjoyed what was happening during that month and watched us progress into September, where we're doing a further adjustment month as we tweak certain things in our presentation on the website and making sure that our compensation plan is paying people properly, all the different things that come with a company that's launched as we have, as early as we have. And then October is really our let's go month, because October 26th, 27th, 28th, we're going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for our very first live event at the Grand Falls Casino. I'm going to be showing you tonight how to register for that event. Actually with a live registration that you can go in there and make sure you've got a seat at the table, so to speak, with Dave's invite. And just a couple other things I'd like to share with you tonight on what's new. But before we do that, let me just say, for the last 10 months, roughly, I've had the pleasure of working in the background, sort of with Dave Jordan on the sort of the brain trust kind of side as an independent representative. And I've been fascinated by the commitment that Dave and his wife Joyce have made. You see, they've brought to the table over 40 years of their collections, collectibles that are in today spread out over 40,000 square feet of warehousing. And they're mining it. And they're mining it with their staff every day from 3 in the morning till sometimes wee hours of the evening. And when we talk about mining, go on YouTube, go to Don Carson Collect Direct. There's all kinds of videos there on tours of the warehouse, ideas of what's happening in that warehouse. And the end of the day, the mining is what gives the opportunity, because you see, there's boxes and boxes and crates from 40 years of his collections that are now coming into the warehouses, being unlocked, opened up and sorted, and some graded in Collect Direct's warehouse with the grading folks that they have on staff. And then many of them move to a third party, either many of the grading companies, and we're talking sports cards in this case. Now I'm giving you an example, which could be PSA, ISA, the Upper Deck Company, SGA, SGI, all of these different kind of collectible companies that do what's called third-party grading. And you as an individual could find a card that you bought and send it to those companies and pay to have that done. But Dave's been doing that in masses. But what he first does is he sorts them to the point where they believe they should be where they think they are, and then they send them off. So that's been going on. That's the mining in our sporting card category. We also are in the multi-million collections of comic books that are being sorted, stacked, and getting ready for all of you to have a chance to point, click, and share and buy comic books. There's a number of different items in the Hot Wheels category, the Matchbox toy category. We're talking Beanie Babies, Barbie dolls, just about anything that you could ever imagine. The recent movies you've seen about the collectible industry, the TV shows that are on the collectible industry. These things are in Dave's warehouses, and he's bringing them to all of us to share. You see, when I tell you this, I only want you to understand that we're a startup, but we're not a startup in the sense of where are we going to get the money. This is a debt-free operation. See, Dave came from owning a number of different businesses in the past in the collectible space, stores and so on. In fact, one of his stores, it was called the Dugout, and that particular one, when you think about it, came to him from his past. And then he's got another one that's coming out very shortly, where we're going to be announcing the Bullpen, and that was the name of his store in 1998. So when we talk about some of the things that we're doing, we're connecting Dave's past to bring it to all of our future. So that's kind of our motto and our mission statement. Let's bring the past to your future. So as we look tonight at some of the things that you can look at from an opportunity standpoint, what I'd love for you all to understand is that this is the very, very rare ground that people look at when they look at opportunities. See, back in the 70s, you might have bought shares in Walmart. What would that be worth today? Those of you that would look back at eBay 30, 25 years ago and look at how they started and where they are today with 135 million customers and doing billions of dollars in revenue. How about Amazon that created a whole industry of buying online and shipping it to your door? And at one time or another, people said, well, that would never work. I mean, I want to touch and feel this stuff. all of these categories, downloading movies today replaced the video stores. All of us can get our music just by finding it in all these different platforms are out there. We're not necessarily buying CDs and things like that. But the collectible space looks at the vinyl records as something that's very unique because of the sound. And Dave has LPs and 45s in his collections that he's going to be bringing to the website, coins, stamps, and all those sort of things. So why do I start off telling you all that? Because when you have an opportunity to have a website that has today over 93, I think it's 9,400 items, soon to be 10,000 items available for all of you to shop off of and give to, or send a link to somebody and say, go take a look and see what you can find that might motivate you to purchase something from your past and bring it to your future. You know, that's an opportunity because every one of those items pays a commission. I'm going to show you that tonight. So Nancy, we've spent a lot of time now going to the warehouses and touring it. And on October 26th, 27th, 28th, people are going to have a chance to do that as well. Dave's talking about having some tours and so on. But, you know, our perspective is as independent reps is we've never seen anything like this before. We've been in traditional business for a lot of years, which is full of risk. But when we looked at this, it opened our eyes to a whole new opportunity.
I just think it's such a unique platform. There's no comparison, no other companies out here doing this. That's the reason why we've been trying so hard to break it down for you guys, because we're learning here too. Everybody is. We're kind of learning as we go along. This isn't like anything else that's been done before. So there's no cookie cutter. There's no recipe book. There's nothing to build from other than what we have in our background in our traditional businesses and our networking background. So we're just trying to share that all with you here.
So we're all learning and earning together. And so as we share the screens tonight, we want you to really see where the future is going and give you some of the newest updates for you to be able to, you know, key in on. So as I click on just this quick presentation here, and I start talking to you about the things that I've shared with you about how our world is changing before our eyes. The topic of AI is everywhere. What's that going to do? And then we start talking about this collectible industry and where is it at today? Where is it going? Well, they're talking $1 trillion probably by 2033. So, you know, all of these things, when we did our own research, it blew us away because there's apparently over 200 million Americans just in the United States that are doing some form of collecting, right? You know, cups or hats or T-shirts or things like that. I think I've heard an estimated of about $6,000 worth of value in most of these 200 million people's homes. But I get excited because I'm a traditional marketer. I've been, you know, somebody who's done the shopping channel up in Canada. I've owned an online store that sold, you know, $15 million dollars worth of products. We did a telemarketing company that actually had the shopping infomercial products that would call in. I've seen it all on the e-commerce side, and I've seen some growth. But what you're seeing today is these trillions are expanding from this time in 2023 over the next 4 years to like 8 trillion. Where are those eyeballs going to look for the collectibles? Are they going to go to the store, or are people going to start trying to trade, you know, their time for some money and say, okay, what's this home-based business industry? Well, folks, Collect Direct is a home-based business company, absolutely. But we're kind of at a point now where we're saying, hey, if you're struggling a little bit, there's another solution out there. And it could be in a category creator called Collect Direct. And, you know, for us, we started back into this industry back in 2015 because we're in a boating accident the year before, and it opened our eyes to, in the blink of the eye, it can all change. Since 2015, lots has happened in the industry, but it's also happened to all of us as the world kind of went through its shutdown phase and reopened and so on. So in a blink of the eye, things can happen. So as we look at this video, this is our story, and we're sticking to it.
Welcome to Collect Direct. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items, from sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, you'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown, or Gumby, or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you are interested in, then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from $5 to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
So as we look at the different videos that are going to be available for you to share, some of the things that get me excited is just how we constantly talk about just get in where you fit in and learn how to point, click, and share. And when we talk about point, clicking, and sharing, that's the simple way our business operates. And we have a process that says, do this as a step 1, 2, 3. But I want to jump ahead a little bit tonight and show you some of the new things. So as I flip through this and come back in a little bit, I want you to think about this concept. Get in where you fit in. You see, our business talks about a $9.98 membership. That's one time a year. 12 months later is your anniversary. If you choose to participate, carry on with the membership, you would pay $9.98 again. Then you could buy what you want from our shopping cart. Now, the shopping experience is expanding, and if you have not been there at least recently, get ready to have your eyes open. You'll look at the newest cards that Dave's adding, and then other things that he's adding. Just a week ago, he added a bunch of bobbleheads and so on. As he adds them, eventually when our shopping cart truly launches on our shopping experience platform, they'll rotate regularly because you'll be able to choose categories. But tonight, I'm going to tell you about a little tweak that's going to happen tomorrow. Or you could buy our Dugout. Folks, the Dugout is important to all of you members that are here because I want to tell you something that Dave has decided to do. See, if you were here in August as one of our founders and you're looking at your rank that you advanced on because you moved volume, but in the month of September, you were waiting for the shopping experience to go a little bit further along so you could point, click, and share that, and you'd like to now advance further. Well, folks, if you buy a Dugout, 10 items for $99.98, Dave's going to grandfather you into the month of September in that position. You finish that. I think it's a very fair way for him to say, let's get ready to launch this company on October 26th, 27th, and 8th with our app that's coming and all of the other product categories and our systems that will be launched there when this company will explode. So let me repeat that. If you have already bought a Dugout or you've moved the volume through your teams already, you are qualified at the position you ended at in August, at least for the beginning of September. We're going to work that out with our coders, but it's something Dave decided to do because he said, I'm ready to launch this company with a huge amount of fanfare when we get into the month of October. So let's reward some people that have been here as the founders. So buy a Dugout, get rewarded. Now, if you choose to buy our sample collection for you brand new people, that's an incredible way for you to get a really great package of products that you can get from up to 12 categories, sort them out, share them on a Facebook post. Don't even worry about what's in it as much as what you get, and have a lot of fun with the enthusiastic part of it. And Dave's going to send you a gift with that, and as well as another graded card. We got a really cool card in our gift from him with his book. In the month of October, you'll get that for those of you that have bought a sample order in the month of September. What's coming soon in October is the new bullpen, which represents 1988 when Dave had 1998 when Dave had his very first store. So we're excited to talk to you about that in the month of October. But the bullpen is just going to be a great collectible group of products that will allow you to really sort through the collections quickly and get rewarded. So we've got ways for you to get started in this program, which are pretty simple. Just go in there and buy what you want, or go buy a Dugout or a sample collection, or what's coming in October, the bullpen. Now, I want you to understand how the numbers work tonight. So I'm going to give you 2 examples, okay? So you've bought a $9.98 membership. These are 5 actual items that are on the website that you see there. A Tiger Woods magazine, a Ryan Sandberg autograph card, a Barbie doll, a Star Wars Pez dispenser, and a Richard Penny 1998 autographed anniversary graded card. I picked those out and I added it up and it came to $329.90. So if you build a shopping cart, or a customer of yours who says, I don't want to be a member here, I don't care, but I just love to buy collectibles, and I want to buy some gifts for my granddad, and I want to buy some gifts for my kids, Pokemon cards. You can find all this on our website. They add their shopping cart, and let's say it added up to this amount. Well, folks, there's a way that our system works. So the lower priced items, and some of them are Dave has bought in a certain way that is allowing him to do these numbers. And we have different ways that we pay you, but there's something called QV, which is qualifying volume. That's how you rank advanced. See, nobody can buy a position in Collect Direct. You cannot buy a rank in Collect Direct. You have to earn it through volume. So it's roughly 78% of that 329 in this example, which would be 260 qualifying volume. For those of you that really look into the comp plan, you would need 400 qualifying volume on both legs to get to Superstar. So you can see that customers drive volume for you as well as your membership. And the second thing is, what do I get if somebody buys that as a customer? What do I get if somebody spends $329.90 as a member? Well, it's 16.5% plus or minus. And I'm giving you plus or minuses because depending on the actual item that's loaded in the shopping experience, the volumes can be different, but this is an average for you to get your head around it. 16.5% would be $54.50. Commission next Thursday you would make on the $329 customer purchase. That's pretty simple. Now there's volume that's attached because we build two legs. We build a team on the left, we call it, and a team on the right that we say you have two teams. Why not go coach them and help them grow? Well, we call the first order BV1. And the business volume that you would get for that $329.90 customer or member would be 60 BV, plus or minus, right? Why is it 60 BV? And for BV2, it's 110 BV, 33%. Because we don't pay a fast start on members' second orders. But we do pay a retail reward for all of your customers' first and second and third and fourth and multiple times after orders. So the business volume that customer's order generates will always be lower than the second order of your members that are buying. So that's how that calculation works out. So if you want to get your head around what that volume does, I'll show you that in a little bit. The fifth way is this unilevel pay. Now, for some of the folks that I've been on the phone with recently, and I'm talking, people that have really had a massive success story in the network marketing industry that are moving to this company. What they're super excited about is our unilevel. And for those of you that don't understand that, I'm going to point that out in a little bit, but I want you to get the basic here. The $329.90 customer purchase, if it's your very first order that person made because a fast start was paid, you could use roughly 30% of that $329.90, and ultimately that would give you 100 BV, ULBV, I'm sorry. And the first level of the unilevel pays 5%. So 5% of 100 ULBV would be a $5 commission. Now that $5 is on top of that $54.50 fast start or retail reward. So that's for all of your membership as well. So if you bring in Buck Harvey, and Buck Harvey brings in somebody else, and it's a Riel, and Riel's on Buck's first level, well, Buck's getting the first level of the $5 for her purchase, but Riel would be on my second level. So because of that, I would get 4%. When you look at how the unilevel pays, it pays 5% on the first level, 4% on the second level, and then 3, 3, and 3 on the third, fourth, and fifth, and 2 on the sixth, and 1 on the seventh. It adds up huge if you really understand the power of numbers. Buck brings in 2 people, and those people bring in 2 more people, and so on. Your unilevel pay is always on your front level for your personally enrolled customers or members, and you can go as wide as you want, and it goes 7 levels deep. If the second order came in and they weren't paid a fast start because it's one of your members, you can use roughly a 60% number against that $329.90, and that number would be close to $198 ULBV times 5%. You get $10 unilevel pay. And you can see how you would get the unilevel pay up to 7 levels if your team is growing. Now, let's open your eyes to a big ticket purchase, because I can promise you that there's many people out there that are going to buy some of the very expensive items. For example, the Joe Burrow $4,999 item, right? Well, the volume changes in Dave's world. He's loading on every one of these items a BV and the different qualifying numbers, the QR code, the QV, the ULBV1, the ULBV2, the BV1, the BV2, all of these numbers are getting loaded on every item in your shopping experience. All 10,000 of them by convention will have numbers attached to them that you will eventually see come convention time. But right now, I need to give you an example. What happens? These are actual items on our shopping experience right now. This person added Hank Williams 12 Beanie Baby selection, the Barbie and the beer can and the Joe Burrow. It adds up to $56.49.90. Well, folks, I want to give you an example because as the numbers go up, so can the QV go down. So can the fast start percentages change slightly. So I'm giving you examples here, plus or minus. But again, if somebody came to you and bought that Joe Burrow card and added a few more things, and it was $5,649, you would make $762 commission next Thursday on that purchase, plus or minus, based on whatever was loaded in that cart for the volume behind, which again, you will eventually see as we're mapping this out further and further. I'm sharing this with you because each number here, as I show it to you, shows you opportunity. Again, it could be a $10 item, it could be a $100 item, it could be a $1,000 item. All of those things can pay you on these different formats for a collect direct. Now, if you really understand this, Nancy and I have seen this work in our time in the networking industry. Not everybody's going to say yes, right, Nancy?
Yeah.
I mean, we.
Sorry, I'm like, you were just talking. I'm taking notes. I'm writing down all of the stuff that you're doing on the compensation plan. I'm still like a deer in headlights. So if you guys out there are listening to him and it feels like you're a deer in headlights, don't worry, because the company's got you.
Well, that's because they pay you next Thursday, regardless of what's the shopping cart and whatever.
I'm writing this down. I'm going, oh no, I feel like I'm in school.
Well, I have to show that because there's so many people out there that say, I gotta know. So we wanted to do this.
To learn. I really am.
Yeah. And you know what?
As soon as you start saying numbers and you start saying percentages, I'm just going, oh.
Well, I think
I should know this part.
I think this is a good time to go back here and just say this to you. The percentages will change based on the item, so we can't tell you exactly. Just know
So
that.
don't bother writing it down. I'm kidding.
Don't listen to her. Learn and earn with me. I'm telling you, folks. As you look at the 60% of the QV for a $5,600 item, look at what it was on the $320 shopping cart. It was 78%. See how it goes up plus or minus? It all depends on the items and so on. But I want to give you examples to let you know that everything anybody buys, you make money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay.
And so for every 6 people, not everybody's going to say yes and want to buy something. But I'll tell you, the numbers don't lie. This has been proven. 4 are going to be curious and why you're so darn excited. It's reality. And 1 or 2 will probably buy something. And as long as you get this in your head and you start duplicating, well, the way we duplicate, there's a good chance that this is an example here. And again, this is not guaranteeing you're going to make a penny in collect direct, but we want to give you some ideas here. I contacted 6, 4 were curious, 2 bought something. Well, 2 buying something might get you $40, right?
Can I also add, like, and I know you're telling everyone not to listen, but like when you're talking to these people, your enthusiasm is really important too, because it's amazing how contagious enthusiasm can be. When you are excited about something, other people are curious or excited about it. So when Don is saying, when you're talking to these people and he's saying it like really fast and he's trying to cover all this stuff for you guys, I want you to know that you don't want to tell them, if you talk to 6 people and 4 people will get curious and 2 people will buy something.
Well, you're not going to say that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Somebody might be literally listening to this.
Well, they should be listening to this.
Right. But I mean, half of what we do is really being excited about what we do.
Well, yeah, enthusiasm is addictive. Let's be honest, in a nice way.
And it's energy. It's energy.
But you folks, if you follow the systems and the numbers, these numbers basically will pay you what you believe you're worth on your efforts, and it's your business, 100%.
Yes.
So if somebody joined as a member and you got a $50 fast start, that's a $90 commission. If you repeated that every week for 52 weeks, there's a chance you could make $4,600 this year, which would be about $400 a month. I'm sorry, the reality is that's a lot of money for a lot of people. So it's not about making millionaires here. It's about helping more people make some money more often. And if you understand that, go look at the shopping cart. So let me just share with you a couple of tweaks. starting as early as tomorrow, when you look at the shopping experience on collectdirect.com/your username, you'll notice that there's a How Your Works on the page twice. And you'll see tomorrow that it's going to change to one time. What's happening is we're changing below the Inspired by Collectors and Fans How It Works to Shop Collections. It'll be 2 places for the Shop Collections and 1 for the How You Works. In the mobile, it'll be the same. You're going to have the Shop Collections readily visible to help you find customers that want to just go look at the collections. Why we're doing that is because we're changing our shopping experience. Go back and watch some of the Zooms on YouTube or in our Facebook group, and you'll see that Casey, our front person that's making the website, is constantly developing that and handing it to the coders. And by a convention sometime in October, the new shopping platform will be leading with customer acquisition, and the business side of it will be in the footer for you to be able to say, go here to join my team, instead of at the front of it. So that's changing as we speak, as of, I believe, as early as tomorrow, okay? You'll still be able to go through and continue to do what you want to do, starting the way you want to start, which is either for $9.98, buy a sample pack, buy a Dugout, whatever. But until you get a membership, you cannot get a Dugout. Until you are a member, you cannot buy a sample collection. It's all set up to be able to be for member exclusivity. Now, if I go a little bit further down, you know, the Dugout is pretty wild, because when you can get there, and I'm suggesting to all of you to at least making a decision to get a great collection of 10 $9.98 items that Dave's put on the Dugout. And when you do that, you just click all 10 of them. And those are great things you can share, like fun things like the Saturday Night Live Wayne's World cards, and show people, hey, look what I got. Look at this Kentucky Derby program I got. And we're going to say, where'd you get that? I got that from CollectDirect. Well, where's that come from? Well, you could share that. If they bought the collectible group, they could pick one of these for the $2.79. And of course, it'll have an assortment of random items for whatever category they pick. And then Dave's going to mail out the gift the next month. It could be a messy card. It could be, you know, something else. And always exciting to get that in the mail. For those of you that got them, it was pretty cool to see you do that and share that on our Facebook group. So tonight, I want to tell you about the next phase of our step 1, 2, 3, which is, hey, let's get some credibility. You're not a salesperson, and you'd like to show them what to do. Folks, the link right now is live, and I'm going to share that link with you, but you can write it down if you want. collectdirectcards.com. collectdirectcards.com. That will drive you to an automated order form that you can fill in on your screen or your phone. I did it today, and order your postcards. Now, what do these postcards do for you? Well, we have a credible magazine that was created with 52 pages about the industry of collectibles. It doesn't promote the business, it promotes the industry. So that's credibility. So if you want somebody to understand where this is going, you could say, click this QR code on this postcard, and it'll take them to the magazine. Then you turn the card over and you say, I'll tell you what, go over to this QR code and go take a look at the website and shop some collections. And if you buy anything, I'm going to let you save $5 on your purchase. It's called Save 5. That is live today, folks. And you can use that Save 5 with the postcards or without the postcards. So it's a live code that'll come up and say, do you have a code? Yes, Save 5. The person's going to save $5. Now, how does that work? Well, if you're getting a commission of $5 on that purchase that person makes, you're not going to get that commission. But why would you do that? Because you want customers and you want to acquire them. In marketing, I used to spend $6 million out of my pockets every year to advertise one of my infomercial products, myself as the owner of that company, to drive traffic and eyeballs. Once they bought something, I would take that cost of that marketing, divide it amongst my sales, and I had a cost per sale. I had an amount that I was willing to spend in marketing to get them to purchase. We're acquiring customers. You have a chance now to do the same with the Save 5 code that is now officially live. So on this promo card program, it'll do all the quick, heavy lifting for you because it's credible with the magazine, and your link will be on the back with a QR code, as well as your actual information on the back with your link if they don't know what a QR code is. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit, but you have a choice. Do you want the coupon on there or not? It's your choice. You can order either way. Then make sure that you're driving people to our Facebook group for information. It's Collect Direct Facebook, right? Collect Direct. And on there is oodles and oodles of information on our industry. What if you'd like to be notified about our next Zoom call? QR code right now, add your number, and it'll give you a text. Say, hey, we're about to go live. Jump on the Zoom call. That's part of our program. So as you look at this, you start saying, well, what about the event coming up on October 26th? Folks, look at that right there. If you type in https:// buy tickets at Collect Direct, you can now register for our event at Sioux Falls. We want to know what your ID number is and who you are so that we can get the head count who's coming to this event. It's live as we speak right now. So by all means, if you've already got your hotel room booked, which by the way, the Grand Falls is now sold out, and we have another room block at the hotel that's 8 minutes away that you can get into if you like, but you should be registering now for this, and I'll post this on the Facebook page. But if you haven't written this down, take a picture of it, then write it down and go in there and get your name into our Facebook group or our registration for the convention. What are you getting when you come to the convention? There's no charge to get there. You've got to pay your way to get there. You've got to pay for your hotel room, but there's no entrance fee to get there. We just want you to be a member that has come to the table, qualified by buying one of our sample programs, advanced through the program by either getting to the superstar level or the home run collector level or so on, and you're invited. We will welcome you there, but Dave wants to know who you are, so don't just show up, register so we know who you are with your ID number, okay? And as we look at the other hotel, here it is. It's at the Globe Best Western, and there is a room block there that you can call in on and actually book your room there 8 minutes away if you so choose, okay? It's kind of like the Overflow Hotel. That's how excited we are about this event, folks. The first group and block is gone, so we had to line up another hotel. Now, that does not mean you have to stay at these hotels, by the way. You could go somewhere else that's cheaper if you wanted. It's your choice, but you've got to get yourself, of course, to the event and just know that there's not maybe other members staying there for you to talk about after each of the days that we're there. Thursdays, 8 o'clock, we show up from 8 to 10 as a meet and greet. On Thursday, the 26th, the 27th, will be from 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, a training day. And the next day will be from 10 in the morning till 5 again, where you're going to get a really credible kind of a Collect Direct experience university with speakers teaching you all about the industry and how the compensation plan works in detail and so on. Very good, knowledgeable event for you to learn and earn from. So as you look at the promotion now live, you go to collectdirectcards.com. There it is, folks. Take that picture. If you want to do this, remember, you can learn about the industry with his magazine and go to the back and drive people to your website where they can purchase. That's officially live for you to sign into today. Now, as you go further, I can get into all kinds of details on our plan, but I thought what I would do is just take the time right now to answer a few questions and see where you're at on this first little section of this call. So let me just stop my share and we'll just click this off. And I hope so far, so good. You guys are understanding a little bit that we're making progress. Remember, your position can advance now to maintain that position if you've bought a dugout in the month of September. We've talked about the Save 5 is now live, and you can use that on your own marketing, or you can use that on the postcard you choose. Do you want the one with the Save 5 on it or not? Knowing full well that you're giving up the $5 of your commission for that person to buy something. And by the way, you cannot use the $5 on the membership. It will not discount the $9.98 membership. Person has to buy that. But if they buy an item, there'll be $5 that'll be off of the purchase. Okay. So that's something I wanted to share with you. And also the changes that are happening where the Hoya Works is now changing to shop collections so that you can actually get a chance to drive more customer purchases as we're seeing. So anybody would like to add? We've got some questions.
Robert raised his hand.
Robert, go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Don, if there's plenty of like $4.98 items, if they buy a $4.98, they're not going to be able to use the $5 coupon though, right?
Well, no. See, the thing is, the commission to reduce take away the $5 has to come from a minimum of you getting a commission check, right, of $20. So as you go forward, you just don't get a free $4.98 item. That's right. It has to be a $30 item. So a $30 item we know pays a $5 commission. So the Save 5 will work on a shopping cart that builds up to $30 or higher.
Jackie wanted to know if the magazine QR code is attached to our username.
Yes. If you go to the no, not the magazine, not the magazine QR code is not. It's for information. And in there is a little section if somebody wants to fill it in. How did you come to the magazine? You would probably say, my friend so-and-so sent me a card that had that on there. But no, at this time, it's not connected to your QR code. You would have to take the backside of that card and have them snap that one to go to your website and have that on their phone. And then, of course, get them to look at the magazine. It's your choice how you do that.
Mark had asked about the website for the postcards.
Yeah, I just said the website for the postcards is, in fact, called collectdirectcards.com. So just go to collectdirectcards.com and it's live. You can fill it in right on your phone and you can order.
I think that
John Hoffman, go ahead. Your hand's up.
Yeah, good. Thank you. On the video, on that short video, how it works, it says the commissions range from $5 to $200, if I read that right. And, on a Joe Burrow, we get $675 there.
That's right. That's right.
It's one of the strongest signs of the decaying of.
So that was our I don't know, there's somebody muted there. Yeah. Okay.
One of the guys I signed up today was asking me about that, and I said, well, I think that was some old information. They may be updating that.
It was, and the new videos are going to have those tweaks done to them. In fact, you can get 50 cents commission and up. And we do say on the compensation plan, fast start and retail rewards. You can see that right on there, John. It says 50 cents up to 200 or more. It does say that on there now, but it doesn't say it on our video. So you're right. We will have to have that tweaked and changed heading into the second phase of our adjustments for getting ready for October.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else want to put their hand up or come off mute? Nope. Okay, so I see there a question here. Is that person? No? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's just repeat then, if we can, the step-by-step way to get your eyeballs to get their head around what you're doing. Some of you are going to be able to just talk to people and have your enthusiasm, get them excited. But then there's the others that are going to say, how do I get started in Collect Direct? We call it 1, 2, 3. And you want to get people to understand here that they have options. Okay, get in where you fit in. You just want to be a member. And by the way, we have members that have earned commissions and they never bought anything yet. Dave does not demand you have to buy anything in Collect Direct during commissions. But to advance in the compensation plan, you need volume. You need volume to generate on the left and the right team, and you have to be encouraged. You're encouraged to bring somebody in on the left and the right of your business. And so there are certain rules to advance in the compensation plan. But if you just want to retail from the website, yeah, you could physically make a nice cash flow if that's your choice. I'm not guaranteeing anything because there's no guarantee anybody will ever buy anything when you share on the website. But if they bought something, you could make commissions right from buying that website or buying those products off there if you are a member at $9.98. Okay, so if I show you a little bit more of my screen and go a little bit further into this compensation plan, I think this maybe could be something we could talk briefly about here to say, okay, what am I going to do if I logged in and now I want to be understanding how I'm going to make this commission? Well, there are, see right here, John, retail sales resort rewards, 50 cents to 200 and up. In your case, that Joe Burrow earned $672. So yes, more than 200. The video says 5 to 200, but you'll earn more than that. It's absolutely the facts. When we talk about the two teams, I just want to touch on that briefly. Every volume of every item is actually going to drive in either in your left leg or your right leg. But folks, your customers are not in your business. They are volume generators for your business. But you do make commissions off of when they buy and when they repeat. But the volume from their purchases goes into your weaker team. So if you actually have a bunch of customers that are buying things, one of your legs is going to benefit from that volume. That's how our system works in behind the scenes. Notice that if it's called a fast start, it's because you're getting that on a member. But look at that, the membership goes up in BV on the second order because no fast start is paid on the second order. Great example of that is the sample order example of $279.98, 50 BV for the first order, and you got $50 commission. But look at the second order, it's 150 BV. Now, what does that BV do for you? It's called a cycle. If your left team does 200 in volume and your right team does 100 in volume, or opposite, 100 on the right, 200 on the left, that's a cycle. And that volume comes from you, your team, and your team's customers and your customers. Whenever it hits 200 and 100, a $20 cycle is paid to you on that following Thursday. It's paid every week. And that's where we are called a dual team commission, and we pay on 200 and 100. So you might want to use this as an analogy. 20% of the weak team is what you get, assuming there's 100 and 200 on the other side. And it's a non-flushing plan, for those of you that are wondering. What does that mean? Well, Nancy and I went through this exercise last week where we said, one side had 2,000 and the other side had 500. And you asked me, Don, what happens to that extra volume? Because you just said 100 would come from the 500, which would be how many times? 5.
And it's business volume,
And it's business
not
volume.
qualifying volume.
Qualifying volume, you don't get commission on. That's the
Right.
rank advance.
Right.
But to earn money, it's on business volume. But why doesn't it flush? So if you use 2,000 on your one side that's bigger, well, every 200 matches up to the 100. That would be 5 times 200, which is 1,000. There'd still be 1,000 left over there. Well, that's called carry forward volume, and you get that the next week to start your week off. So you're already starting with kind of money in the bank that you get to say your left team just suddenly does 100 and your right team doesn't do anything that week. Well, then the 100 would pull from the 1,000 carryover, and that would now be 800, and you would get paid the $20 cycle. What happens if another 100 came on the left? That'd be another 200 coming from that. You'd have 600, and then 400, and then 200. That's what carryover volume does for you, and that's why having a non-flushing plan is a big part of our program. When we talk about the unilevel, we always say the first level is as wide as you want. Go as wide as you want, because you could have 100 customers and they're buying something every month, and you're getting paid 5% unilevel pay on every one of them, because that's level 1 pay. And if you have a member on level 1 and they bring in a customer, that would be your level 2, because it's their customer, which is their level 1. So you could see you'd get 4% on them. So if they bought something that generated 100 unilevel business volume, you'd get $4 on your second level. And you could see where this would add up to a good substantial amount of money if you were coaching your team to drive volume, right? And see how the unilevel pay doubles in some cases on this example from these purchases, right? So the first order, somebody got $5 commission, or so that we used the 125, and you got a $6.25 unilevel pay. Then the person doesn't get the fast start anymore, so the unilevel goes to 250, and you get $12.50. All of these numbers get taken up for you by the computer. But here's the advantage, folks. You want to rank advance so you can get depth in your teams. So once you're a superstar collector, you actually get 4 levels of team members and their customers. Once you go to diamond, it's 5 levels. And again, use your imagination. Somebody brings in 2, brings in 2, brings in 2, brings in 2, and you're now looking at 8 to 10 or 12 people on your 4th level. And if they buy something, you're getting 3% of that purchase. That's where the excitement comes from in the unilevel. We have a share as well of the company total that we're going to be doing on a monthly basis. And then you can advance your team volume based on building your 2 teams of qualifying volume. As Nancy said, you don't make commission on the QV, you rank advance. So every item has QV and BV. BV gives you the volume in both legs, so you can cycle. QV lets you rank advance. But here's the key, everyone. You have to contribute to both legs to actually rank advance. So if you just put your name on the line and you bring one person on the left, and your right side suddenly goes to have 10 or 20 people, but you never brought anybody in there, you're not adding this minimum EQV number up at the top on the 4th column over. You have to have some sort of contribution to be able to say, hey, I'm here, I'm contributing. I'm just not sitting here doing nothing. I want to earn and learn with all of you. So to get to diamond, it's an effort. 15,000 QV, but again, if somebody bought a Joe Burrow, 3,800 of that came from one purchase, right? So it's all possible to rank advance with your customers and your members, but just understand that it's going to be a commitment on your part based on your time the effort you want to put into it. Nobody's going to take you there without you physically wanting to do this. So get in where you fit in. Ultimately, let me just stop this. Hang on, sorry. I just wanted to
There's
stop
also
that.
a question.
Yeah, there's a question here. So I just want to get out of this example here and stop sharing my screen if I can. I think I'm still sharing it, I believe. Am I?
You stop. You're
I
good.
stop? It's good?
Yep.
Thanks, Thanks,
Yeah,
Roger.
now we see you. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, folks, that's a little bit of everything tonight. A little bit of why this is such a great timing, some of the changes that are happening before our eyes. Any last questions before we sign off tonight? We're at
We want to
8:49,
know
and
if
we've got
there
some
was a digital version of the postcard.
a digital version of the postcard. You know, of course, this is a part. In fact, this gentleman that is working with us on this will be launching a platform with Dave at the convention that will just knock your socks off as well. This is our first postcard with him. We're going to have multiple versions that you're going to be able to use for your own efforts. I can't tell you if there's a digital version or not. I'll find out hopefully in the next 24 hours and I'll post that.
And Shane sent you a direct message.
No, it will be available tonight or tomorrow. The URL website is not. Are you talking about the URL website for Shane? You don't mind coming off mute and asking that
For
question?
the event website.
Oh, for the event website. No, that's not a lie. Okay, that link that we posted is static, right? You're gonna have to type that in. That's not an active link. You're gonna have to type that in. I think it should work because I did it on my phone and it worked 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else? Any more questions here? Nope.
Todd was asking about tickets to the event, but you don't need tickets.
You
You
don't-
don't need to register.
You don't need tickets. He's not charging you to be at this event. He's giving you dinner. He's buying you a lunch. He's having a meet and greet, and he's providing an incredible amount of training. We've got pro athletes that are going to be there and a group share about what's going on in that industry and why they're collectors. I mean, we're talking some people that have made $30-40 million are going to be on that stage. So we're excited to learn from them as well.
He's asking to register. Where do you go? Back.
I will post that on our Facebook group in about 15 minutes, and you'll see exactly where you can go to register for the event. I did that on the screen a little while ago, Todd, but I didn't post it yet. I'll post it. Anybody else?
Hey, Donna Riel here. If everybody
Yes.
wanted to know, thanks, Jackie, for giving it to me. I just did it, and it was actually very simple.
There it
Make
is.
sure you have your ID number. If you don't know where it is, go to your back office to your profile, and on the profile it'll have an I digit and your number because you'll need that to register for the event. Then you put your name, your last name, your first name, and it'll ask you for your email twice to confirm. It gives you a confirmation.
Perfect.
Thank you, Ria.
And that looks like that one's live right there for you to do it. I think she posted in the group.
Yep, I just did it. Yep.
There you go. Perfect. Awesome.
Sean asked.
Sean,
Okay,
go ahead.
basically what happened was whenever I went in to put the information initially to sign up, it asked for your shipping address because it says, hey, make sure you double check your information before you put it in, so that your packages arrive to your location, your shipping address. Well, then I go in because I have an office address that's linked to my credit card. It asked me at one of the locations in a little box, it says, is your billing address the same as your shipping address? If not, click this box. I clicked the box, and so I put in my billing address for my credit card so that it got the correct zip code for the billing of the card. Well, whenever I did that, it would keep on denying my credit card because it was showing the shipping address information versus the billing address information. So what ultimately we had to do was go in and flip-flop it. We had to put in the billing address for my credit card first, which was really what it was asking me for the shipping address. Then we had to, whenever I went into the second part of it, I clicked the box to say my billing address, which was ultimately where it was shipping to. So it was just basically flip-flop.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny. I tried to explain that today again to Ben, and he didn't think I was making sense to him because I've seen that happen. So you're right. So it is a little bit of a tweak we've got to get finished off here but great explanation. Just be aware of the fact that you've got to have by the way, and this is another thing for all of you. If your customer has a middle initial on their credit card, their business name has to have middle initial on their business name. So you've got to
I
have,
was just about to say that as well.
and by the way, if you're wondering where the middle initial goes, it goes where your first name is. So in my case, it's R for Roy. It'd be Don R and then Carson in the second box. So those are two little things we've noticed to help you get some, hey, it's not working for me questions out of the way. Okay. And I was just seeing one question that came up here. Can the customer join for free now and purchase later? Well, they can go look at Andrew, they can go look at the website and see all the different collectibles now. They don't have to be a member. Remember, customers do not have to pay $9.98 to be a member to buy things. There's no membership charge for your customers. They can just buy. And once they put their email in there, every time they come back with their email, you're going to get paid because that email is going to be connected to your username. Hope that answers that question. Okay. Okay, folks, I think we covered a fair bit. Saturday, we'll go through some more training and give you a little bit more insights as we develop. But thanks for joining us tonight. Nancy, any final thoughts before you hang up?
No, I'm just really excited about our event coming up. I love events. I think that they're game changers when you're in the room and the electricity of everybody and like-minded people and getting together. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody in October.
We'll see you all soon. See you on Saturday. Take care. Have a good night.